it audible better? Yes? Yes. Okay, thank you. Thank you. All right. So, welcome to the session Coaching Culture for a Thriving Organization, and that is the need of the hour. And I'll tell you why. Okay, so before we deep dive in the session, this is something bit about myself. Who am I? Well, I'm still discovering that who am I. But there is something that I have discovered about myself. So I work as a senior agile coach with FactSet Hyderabad, and I'm a life and leadership coach as well, certified from Coach for Life USA. And I am not, there is a disclaimer that I am not a tool and framework agile practitioner. What I practice, the human side of agility or the humanity. Okay? I'm also a visual thinker, and while I do all these things, I remain artist at the heart. And why I'm saying I'm an artist, you can log into vishalsaxena.in and you will come to know. I don't have to explain. So in this journey of discovering who am I have discovered something about myself and my mission and my life purpose. So in summary, my life purpose is transforming the human consciousness. Okay, so how many of you believe that coaching is new or just started maybe 5 years ago? How many of you believe that coaching is new? No one believes that coaching is new? Okay, so how old it is? I like interactions basically. From epics. Okay, okay. So can you talk about what some epics like? Wow. Yes. Yeah, yeah. So coaching is not a new concept. It existed, it's been existed from centuries, okay? And if you look at any mythology, okay, I try to avoid the word mythology, but just in the context of corporate, like I'm using the word mythology. If you look at the Greek mythology or Indian mythology, there are many, many examples of coaching, mentoring relationship that are still relevant in modern days, okay? If you go back to the time of Vedic civilization, where we used to have, gurukuls and guru shishya parampara, right? And that is my personal belief that that is the one of the oldest, coaching form or mentoring strategy. And if you look at Mahabharata, Ramayana, all these teaches a lot of, valuable lessons for coaches like us. So I'm talking about, so thank you for pointing out two things. One is I'm sure like all of you have heard about Ramayana and Mahabharata. So in Ramayana, there is a most prominent character, Hanuman, okay? And when Hanuman forgot his abilities and his strength, okay, how to cross that ocean, so Jambant took the role of coach and mentor. And he reminded Hanuman that about his abilities and strength so that he can jump across Lanka. Similarly, if you look at Mahabharata, when Arjuna was confused, he had moral and ethical dilemma. Okay? He wanted to renounce this world. He wanted to go to the forest. Krishna took the role of coach and mentor. And he cleared all his doubt, all his confusion, and reminded him about his inner strength and motivates him. And after clearing all his doubts, in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 18, shloka number 63, he says that, "Thus I have explained you all the knowledge, all the wisdom, now you do what you wish to do." He did not force Arjuna. Rather, he gave the wisdom, the knowledge. He mentored him and gave him the choice, whether you fight or you can leave the battlefield. Yep. There is another story of Dronacharya. So Dronacharya used to be a very skilled warrior. And he used to coach, train, teach Pandavas and Kauravas, right, in the art of war. And I'm sure like all of you heard that story, right? When he asked, like, what do you see to sort that bird, right? So Arjuna only gave the answer. So he used to be a very strict teacher, coach or mentor. At the same time, he is also very caring and nurturing, okay? So Krishna and Arjuna relationship is based on trust, respect, and guidance, that coaching mentoring relationship. At the same time, this Dronacharya and this student relationship is also based on dedication, discipline, and guidance. And these key elements, trust, respect, dedication, guidance, are still relevant. And we as a coaches can learn many examples from these ancient stories and improve our coaching and mentoring skills and relationship that are still relevant in today's time. Okay? And because since India used to be a spiritual hub, we as a coaches from India have a greater responsibility to make the greater impact in agile space. So my request to all of you is, let's come together and work towards the transformation of human consciousness. It is not the tool and framework that is going to give you agile transformation result. That's my personal belief and experience also, which I have experienced. And I'll tell you in a bit more. So now you may say, what is coaching? What is coaching? See, coaching is one of the most, there is a lot of myths about coaching when it comes to agile. We as a agile coach, so how many of you are agile coaches and Scrum Master in the room? Wow, I think most of you are coaches, right? So many times, either we are teaching, or we are consulting, or we are mentoring. Or maybe we are counseling. But we are calling ourselves as a coach. And maybe sometimes we take some certification of 1 day or 2 days and change our LinkedIn title as a coach, and we declare that we are as a coach. With due respect to all of the coaches and the Scrum Master who are sitting in this room, how many of you go to a doctor who does not have MBBS or MS degree? How many of you are willing to go? No one? Similarly, when we call ourselves as a coach, there is a very specific skill and training is required. Okay? And when we combine this agile knowledge with coaching skills, this will be a game changer. This will be a game changer for agile transformation because it will be centered around the human. It will not be centered around tools and frameworks. So we have to sincerely put our effort towards the human side of agility. So if I may ask you questions, so sorry, I asked a lot of questions being a coach, okay? So what is being transformed in any transformation? You call it agile transformation or something. What is being transformed in the process of transformation? Mindset. Consciousness. Right? So let's take a look at some of the difference between coaching, training, mentoring, and consulting. So in teaching, what do we do? So teaching is basically based on specific learning that is based on a set of some subject. So a teacher is coming, he is imparting some knowledge which you are not aware. That's the teaching. Then, what is mentoring? Mentoring is all about offering guidance from your own experience. Yeah? And consulting, what is consulting is, it is you are recommending solution. You are accessing something in the organization or something about the people, and you are recommending a solution, giving advice to people based on your expertise, what you have experienced. What is counseling? I'm not sure whether you can see or not. So counseling is all about, it is also giving advice or healing pain, okay? And also supporting the person if they are going with personal or psychological problem. Now, when it comes to coaching, okay? So coaching is partnering in a thought-provoking and creative process. This is an ICF definition. It is partnering in a thought-provoking and creative process to maximize personal and professional potential. And it helps to unlock untapped source of imagination. It is very different, coaching, okay? Many times I get this question from the participants, which one is better, you tell me. Whether coaching is better than mentoring, or mentoring is better than consulting, or consulting is better than counseling. It is not like that, okay? To develop the human potential and to make a better society, we need everyone. We need teachers, we need mentors, we need consultant, we need counselor, also we need coaches. So coaches do not replace the need of mentor, manager, parents, consultant, or any other sort of helping individuals. So when we are doing, we should have a very clear, distinct in our mindset. What am I doing? Am I teaching? It's fine. But when it comes to coaching, let's have that difference in our mindset, right? What am I doing, okay? Now, you may ask, why do we need coaching? Why do we need coaching? See, people may seek coaching for different reasons, for various reasons. Maybe to improve their knowledge, to develop their personal and professional strength. Maybe they need coaching for overcoming some challenges, some limiting beliefs, okay? I'm giving you something, a very deeper concept, okay, in my view, okay? So let's look at this wheel, okay? Let's look at this wheel. So we as a human being, we have got all our gross body, right? We all have 5 senses, right? Agree? Anyone disagree? Please raise your hand. We have 5 senses. After that, we have our mind. If you go to the next level, we have got our ego. Everyone has ego. Anyone who does not have ego in this room? Everyone has got ego, okay? We have intelligence, okay? And at a very subtler level, we have got our core self, or our true self. In Vedantic philosophy, so I'm bringing some concept of Vedic philosophy because that remains my source of inspiration and wisdom. In Vedantic philosophy, it is called Atmana. Yeah, Atmana. And what happens when we grow as an adult, okay? In this journey, we forget our true self or core self because of lot of conditioning which is happening. The moment we take birth in this life, the conditioning starts happening. The very first conditioning happens from the nature. How it happens? It is out of the scope of this session. You can interact me after the session. After that, it happens from your parents. How many of you have heard like, "Mera beta to engineer hi banega"? Right? It happens from your school friends. It happens from your teachers. It happens from your relatives. There is a lot of conditioning is happening. And because this conditioning is happening, we forget our true self and core self. And we forget, who am I? Who am I? Beyond my designation, beyond my role which I am playing, what is my true self? What is my core values? What is my purpose in life that I was born with? What are my natural talents? We forget all these things. And this conditioning, because people have these conditioning, it creates rigidity in people's mind. It creates rigidity in people's mind. And in any organization, the most valuable assets are people. Agree? We have heard keynotes, right, in the morning. So there are also some concept they touched. The most asset are people, right? And because people go through a lot of conditioning, and they have lots of rigidity in their mind from the moment they are born, right? So this basically creates lots of, dysfunctions in the organization. They are not willing to change. It is very hardwired in their brain, right? And our responses in life are based on those limiting beliefs which we have formed due to these conditioning. We respond in our life based on limiting beliefs, and that limits our thinking, and that limits our growth, right? So, so if you look at the agile transformation, uh, now it's, I think, almost 20 plus years that we are doing this agile transformation, right? And if you evaluate what is the most prominent or biggest challenge in any agile transformation is mindset, consciousness, like mindset. This will come as a prominent challenge that people are not willing to change because they don't have agile mindset. Yeah. Because there is no sincere effort is being put for to transform the human consciousness. Yeah. So they form this kind of, this kind of rigidity, self-limiting beliefs, okay? People will struggle what is their true potential, and this all will lead to organizational dysfunctions. And our life majorly revolves around these three questions. What I think, who I am. What others thinks, who I am. And what I am in reality. Isn't it? We live the life based on the perception of others. What this person is saying, what that person is saying, right? And we forget this reality. If you look at this wheel, coaching as a process breaks this conditioning. Coaching as a process, it breaks this conditioning, and it helps you to lead a life of where there is no confusion, where there is a bliss. And it addresses the who am I, Atman. In Vedanta philosophy, it is called Athato Brahma Jigyasa. Right? Who am I? So coaching addresses what is this who am I. Also, while addressing this particular core, it also addresses the four aspects of human life, which is the physical, intellectual, emotional, and spiritual. Yeah? And once this who am I is addressed, this awakens your core self. This awakens your core self. And in this awakening state, you not only discover the greater part of who you are, but also you discover who you are not. We all are wearing masks. Okay? So it helps you to uncover those masks, coaching as a process. So coaching breaks this conditioning, which world has taught for us. Okay? It helps you to unleash the human potential and agility, and overcoming limiting beliefs. Okay? No, doesn't matter how many tools you are buying, or like how much expensive tool you are buying. Okay? Until unless you pay attention to human consciousness, it is not going to work. Okay. I have a lot to talk, but unfortunately, I have a very limited time. Okay. So coaching continuum. So coaching continuum basically address there are two aspects of coaching. One is the transactional coaching, and one is the transformational coaching. So transactional coaching basically accelerates performance to achieve the desired results. And transformational coaching awakens the coachee memory, who they are. Okay? And it explores the new ways of thinking, and it explores the new ways of being. Remember, our doingness comes from our beingness. The presence which we bring, the energy which we bring. Okay? And this new ways of thinking and new ways of being, new ways of thinking and new ways of being, when this is combined, when coach is addressing these two aspects, it brings the joy and fulfillment in the journey of achieving your goals. Yeah? And in most of the organization, the coaching is only focused on transactional coaching if they are really coaching, not teaching, mentoring, and consulting. Achieve your goal, achieve your goals. Rat race, I think we have heard in keynotes, right? Yeah. So, culture. I don't have to explain what is culture, but there are two aspects of culture, there are few things which are very visible, and few things are very invisible. Okay? Invisibles are values and beliefs. We all have our internal culture. Everyone has our internal culture, right? And there is external culture, which is very much visible through our behaviors and language. Yeah? So, you can read this thing, but I'm just giving you a summary that if you want your organization to thrive, the organization will thrive only, the organization performance will improve only when people performance improves. It is not that your tool and framework performance will improve. Okay, I'm not against, by the way, being an agile coach, practitioner, I'm not against any tool and frameworks, but it is something that where we need to focus more. We need to focus more on people aspect. Okay? So, coaching as a culture in organization, it embraces organization, when organization embraces and recognize coaching approach as a key aspect of its leadership and development strategy. Okay? And when leaders, managers, and employees are using coaching skills, in today's keynote, it was mentioned that leader as a coaches. Then leaders and employees and everyone using the coaching skills, coaching conversations. It supports, when we do that, it helps to build the coaching, the space where people can grow, when people can thrive, okay? And it helps to build the psychological safety for everyone. Okay, now, the traits of coaching. So there is a research done by Human Capital Institute, HSI, and it talks about the very first thing is, there are 6 traits. The very first thing is that employee value coaching. Your stakeholder, can you see that? Your senior executive also value coaching. Okay? There is a dedicated coaching budget in the organization, and coaching is accessible to all, and people are spending at least some time in improving their coaching skills. Yeah? And you receive the coach-specific training. As I told you, if you do CSM certification or any other agile certification, it does not make you a coach. It is a very rigorous process. I attended my coach-specific training 2 years back, and I'm still not, so there is a lot of practice, there is a lot of rigorous process that we have to go through as a coach. Yeah? So, now, you may ask how to build the coaching culture in the organization. So there are few business cases, okay? I'm bringing you. You can assess your organization. How many of you have experienced this? Thank you, it was nice working with you. When attrition is very high. And I have experienced in one of my organization when the entire team has resigned after the pandemic. Who will take care of the project? Entire team has resigned, okay? When people are demotivated, okay? So it's not that I'm demotivated, I just don't care. People will not care if they don't find purpose, if they are not engaged, okay? We have been delivering X story points, okay? There is no emphasis on value, okay? You know, salt and sugar have the same color. Can you differentiate by looking at salt and sugar? Okay, I'm just bringing the metaphor when there is a lack of trust in the organization. People don't have purpose. And when your organization is facing a toxic work culture, it is time to think and build the coaching culture in the organization. Okay? Now you may ask how to design the coaching culture. See, designing a coaching culture basically requires commitment and effort from all levels of the organization. Leaders, employees, stakeholders, sponsor. It requires efforts from everyone, okay? So the very first thing that you can do to design a coaching culture is define what a coaching culture means to your organization. There is no formula like that A square plus B square equal to C square, okay? Define what coaching culture means to your organization and what you hope to achieve by building it. What is the outcome you are looking, okay? Develop coaching skills, very, very important. Develop coaching skills, provide coach training to all levels of the employees in the organization. Encourage coaching conversation. Very, very important. You know, the moment we wake up in the morning, we live in the conversation, either with ourselves or with others. Our mind starts chattering the moment we wake up. Anyone who does not experience this thing? Yeah? We live in the conversation throughout the day, and just imagine if we replace this conversation with coaching conversation, it will work magic in your life, and I'll tell you how, okay? Make sure that you are providing the coaching resources to everyone, books, articles, okay? How you build the coaching resources, it's up to you, okay? Lead by example. Remember that leaders and managers modeling the coaching behavior which they want to see in their team. And when leaders do that, you know what will happen? When they adopt this coaching style, they let others grow. They let others grow, express, act, and think. Okay? It's a very different style of leadership. Yeah. And remember, we have to make this culture. So to make this culture, we have to recognize and reward coaching behavior. If someone is displaying that coaching behavior, make sure that behavior is repeated. Okay? So make sure that you are recognizing and rewarding that. And ultimately, measure the impact of coaching. It's very, very important. Now, how to design a coaching culture? Yeah. So this is something that I tried in my organization. Okay? It may or may not be applicable for you, but it worked for me. Okay? So what I did, when I see all these stuff, agile transformation tools, SAFe, Scrum, Jira, blah, 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 and still I see that people are not transforming. And there's something, we have to think differently, right? If we do the same thing and expecting a different result, it will not give you the right outcome. So what I designed, with discussing my managers or stakeholders or a sponsor, I presented few things and I designed the vision that I want to achieve, okay? And the very first thing I did, I created some artifacts on coaching and this coaching conversation guide, how people can actually practice it, and I gave the demo to senior management. After that, I created a workshop and to develop the coaching skills. And I started, inspiring people, let's join this workshop. I also partnered with L&D team. Okay? After that, I created a guild. And that guild was all about mastering your craft. Now you have learned the skills. Okay? It is not that one day training program will make you a good coach. You have to practice. It's a craft. It's not a science, it's an art. Okay? You need to keep on practicing to master your craft. Okay? So I created that guild, and I conducted a coaching session one-on-one and collected the feedback, how it is creating the shift in people, how the new behaviors are emerging in people. Okay? Then what I did, we are still not there. This is where we are there, but this is a journey. This is my vision that when leaders, managers, engineers, developers, and everyone in the organization is using the coaching skill, coaching conversations. Okay? And there is a coaching cafe, which I have recently launched in my organization. This cafe, the objective of this cafe is that come to this cafe and we will make you an authentic coach. Authenticity is sometimes very rare. Okay? The goal is bring that authenticity from the people. Okay? Now, yeah. So this point I touched, like we are living in a conversation. So what will happen? The outcome which we will have a very clear communication in the organization. And why it will happen? Because when we are in a coaching conversation, what we are doing it, we are becoming a thinking partner for other people. Okay? We are becoming a thinking partner to other people, and we are maximizing their strength by asking the powerful question, giving them the new insight, maybe tapping the untapped source of imagination. Okay? In this conversation, when we are very authentic, when we authentically do that, we build heart-to-heart connection with people. And when there is a heart-to-heart connection, the game is different. Okay? So authentic conversation. Okay? Authentic conversation. So this is the outcome that we can achieve. We will have a very productive meetings. Sometimes we see like our meetings are not, there is no agenda or blah, blah. There are many anti-patterns. Okay. You will have a very productive, because people will listen. Coaching requires a deep listening skills. You will listen to people. You will understand their perspective by building the heart-to-heart connection. Yeah? There will be increase in focus. There will be higher stakeholder engagement. You will be able to retain the best talent in your organization because they will see that they are being appreciated. They are being valued. Okay? And the people happiness and motivation will go to the next level. And ultimately, the people will experience the growth mindset or coaching mindset because their core is awakened. Who am I? Okay? Once that core is awakened, they will experience this growth mindset. Okay? It doesn't happen by attending sessions or reading some books. It requires a very sincere and dedicated effort to develop this growth mindset. And this will ultimately result in increase in profits. Okay? Now, this is another study by ICF, International Coaching Federation, and this is the overall positive impacts of the coaching. You can read it and refer the slide later. This is what has been like 80%. There is a boost of 80% in people, confidence, relationship confidence. So everything is increasing. Now, you may ask now, okay, now you see senior management may ask like, okay, good, tell me the investment. Okay, what is the ROI? How can I calculate the return of investment? Okay, so the first thing we need to understand that return on investment is coaching is not very easy task. Why? Because coaching is a personal transformation journey. It is a very subjective experience. What I'm experiencing in my heart and in my mind, I cannot convert to that numbers. Okay? So it is going to be a very difficult task, and this will yield different results to different people. Okay? I may experience a different outcome, someone else will experience a different outcome. Okay? So what you can do, the very first thing is, you sit with your sponsor, you sit with your management, and set what you want to achieve. What is the outcome you are willing to achieve? Set the measurable specific goals from the coaching engagement. And once you do that, you measure the learning, the new skill, new learning, new shift in people or understanding or awareness is happening. Start capturing that. So I'm just giving you a step-by-step how you can ultimately calculate the ROI of coaching. Now, you capture the behavioral changes that people will display after receiving the coaching. Okay, what is their new ways of being, their shift in beingness, collect the feedback from a stakeholder, okay? And then, on the fourth step, you go to how this behavioral changes, new learning, is ultimately impacting your business in terms of productivity, quality, cost, time, customer satisfaction, and job satisfaction. And once you do that, okay, you come here, and now you finally calculate the ROI, okay? You calculate the ROI, the money which has been invested in coaching is investment, and the monetary benefits that is impacting your business, okay? That you are getting from your business. Remember, this is not as simple as it sounds in this PPT, okay? You cannot convert this is something to dollar value, which sometimes C-suite executives are looking for, okay? So, and remember that we have to make profits through people, not at the cost of people. Your people will help you to have greater profits. Okay? Now, so this I had a very tough time in convincing, how this ROI is there. So what I did, I conducted many sessions in my organization. And after conducting the coaching sessions, what I did, I asked 4 questions from the participants. How was the coaching session for you? What value did you get from the coaching? What new awareness or learning do you have now in this moment after receiving the coaching? And how have you moved forward towards your goal? Remember, every session in the coaching comes with the outcome that coachee wants to achieve. Okay? So after doing this, you can read the awareness that people had. I took a pause to understand my current situation. It really helped me in paying attention to my surroundings and to self-realize, which I would not have done it myself. These are the real feedbacks, okay? I have come up with a few action items in the session to make things happy for me in life, okay? Could reflect the entire life cycle in the wheel. So we have many coaching tools. There is a life wheel which I've shown that also I use, okay? First day of the session triggered a level of motivation and think the life in wider angle, and left me to think the whole day after the coaching with what my next step and the right step. Self-realization and conviction. That also comes through coaching. Professional coaching I'm talking about, not agile coaching, okay? Agile coaching has a very gray area. Different experience to gain some insight on self. Now, please enlighten me how you will convert these experiences to dollar value. I would be happy if you can enlighten me on these experiences, converting to a dollar value. But this will definitely impact your overall effectiveness of your organization and your business. Yeah. Okay, I'll just take 2 more minutes, okay? Yeah. So, challenges in implementation. So, my sessions, my signature style is that all my sessions have some kind of self-reflection. And I want all of you, and sincere request, after listening all these talks, just reflect for a minute, okay? Reflect for a minute and answer these 3 questions. What challenges will you face if you want to build a coaching culture in your organization? Describe your state of mind when you will face resistance. Okay, describe your mindset. And what is some of your limiting beliefs that will hold you back? Can we just 30 seconds or maybe 1 minute and just give me one answer for all these 3 questions? Just 2 more minutes. Me, myself. Okay. What else?
So I think challenges-wise would be, when you try to change the mindset of others, it becomes very difficult because they have something preoccupied in their mind. So you might tell them this is the framework, you have to use whatever process we want to, but changing the mindset is the most difficult challenge, I would say.
And we don't have to change the mindset. Okay? Coaching is different. Okay? Take the people to their core. Don't change the mindset. That is the biggest mistake. Why I'll change my mindset? Tell me. I'm doing good in my life. Why should I change? Yes. Do we have some reflections on these questions? Non-coachable. Non-coachable stakeholders. Yeah. There is no short answer, but I'll address this question after the session. Yes. Turnaround time. Okay. Sure. Anything else? Any other insight? Conditioning. Yes. Hmm. And what will be your mindset when you will face this resistance? Opportunity. Okay. Good. Okay. Good answers. So how will you navigate through these challenges? Okay, that's something. But I'll give you a very short thing. There will be resistance to change, definitely. And obviously, there is a lot of myth about coaching, okay? Coaching may not be well understood by everyone, okay? There will be a lack of buying in, and there will be measuring ROI or impact of coaching would be a very difficult challenge in the organization. And maintaining momentum, lack of coaching budget will be difficult, right? So these are some of the challenges, but I don't want to, leave with these challenges because the challenges are very specific to your organization and that you can, reflect upon. So, what's holding you back? Start building coaching culture to unleash the human agility. And if something is holding you back, okay, I have a non-profit website or say community called www.coachvedanta.com. Log into this website, book a discovery session, and I would be happy to help you. Okay, this is my framework. Okay, that is all about Dive, Revive, Thrive. Thank you very much.
Sorry. Again, it's a great insight which you have shared regarding coaching, especially bringing us from the days of mythology. Maybe I don't want to use the term as well, like it's an epic which we have gone through. It's a very nice analogies and then comparison with the examples. So for a change, we would like to felicitate Vishal. I would request Rajkumar Sahu just to hand over the token of appreciation. Just a change from the audience. Yeah.
Thank you.
Nice. Very inspiring.
Thank you. Thank you.
In fact, I'm also in the journey of this life and leadership coaching.
Thank you. Yeah, sure, sure. Thank you.
So thanks a lot then, and let's move on within the tracks and wait for the next session, yeah?